Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and sometimes when things get really tough in life, you only have one choice, that's to join the mafia. That's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna be playing Commission 1920. This is a beta version of the game. So let's begin. And this is a really cool game. Like, I like it a lot. So first thing we can do is we can actually pick a family. So we could either be the Bogiana family, who is known for their deep ties with the politician. So this is going to be useful for us when trying to do influence and things like that. And they specialize in high-end rackets and wealthy neighborhoods. So in the game you can sort of handle neighborhoods in a lot of different ways. You can, for example, just do like regular, robberies in the store, or you can do insurance frauds, or you can have a gambling dance and things like that. And how much each of these makes is somewhat dependent on your family. So Boogeyman are good for wealthy neighborhoods and high-end rackets. This is what I did in my test game, but we're gonna play with something else. Kalesi family. They are one of the fastest growing families and they have a strong reputation with the Commission. Commission gives you tasks and quests during the games, and then every certain amount of turns there'll be like voting, and if you're high in the Commission you get a lot of perks. If you're low in the Commission you get very few perks. A Junior family is about low-end rackets that don't take much time or investments. So this is good, especially for the beginning of the game, so we actually don't have that much money. Donana family, they're good in politics and influence, so they can make sure that, if they get in trouble, the people in high power are going to help them out. They have friends in high places, Donana family. And finally, we've got Rauka family, who's dealing with a lot of internal turmoil, but they're good with high risk and killing. So the family you pick is going to really affect what type of gameplay you want to have. We're gonna go with the Junior family is what I meant to say. A boisterous family that is largely comprised of immigrants from the old country who settled in the 1890s for them. They specialize in low-end rackets that don't take much time or investment, because this is gonna be the best for us at the beginning of the game. Our trades are competitive. Your don will start with the competitive trade, which increases profit by 30% if another family occupies the neighborhood. That's not so good because at the start you're not going to have that many people occupying your neighborhood, but late game this is going to be quite a useful feature. And devout, your don will start with the devout trade, which increases recruitment by 1 in lower class neighborhoods. That's pretty good actually. Choose this if you want to expand your earnings, absolutely. So we're going to pick devout. Now here we can see our opponents, so obviously it's the other 4 families, but presumably later there'll be more than 4 families. And here we can see the Boro. We have to pick the... Actually, yeah, here we could choose the Boros that are available in the game. If you wanted to make sure that there will be multiple families in one Boro, you could say, hey, we are not going to be playing in 4 of them, and so therefore the other families you have to kind of share the Boro. But I think we're going to stick to the basic settlement. Now we like Fordham, so we're going to start in Fordham as well. I think that makes sense for us. And finally, the difficulty, we're going to be playing on normal because that's the basic setup. So let's go. Alright, Rolando Jr. is my capo regime. So here you have capo regimes, and capo regimes you assign to neighborhoods. So we want to go to Fordham because we have been told that juniors like to be in Fordham. So we're going to go down here and we're going to assign him to Fordham. Okay? So say, hey, go to Fordham. Okay? So he's going to be going to Fordham, and upon next turn he's going to get to there. So you can see it here. Now we can click on Fordham and we could actually zoom in so that we could see. We could also click this away so that we have a bit of a better view, and we can read the description for Fordham. Fordham was once a booming industrial center but never recovered from a factory fire that destroyed half the borough. Ooh, that's rough. Those who stayed despite the rising crime have the thickest skin in the city. Resentment has grown as city officials label the borough a lost cause and stifle efforts to rebuild. Buried under the ash is a wealth of opportunities for those willing to get their hands dirty. That's us. And here we could see about the specific parts of the neighborhood. This is really important because in the specific parts of the neighborhoods you will be picking the exact thing you want to do in the neighborhood. So you want to go and rob stores, or you want to go do the insurance fronts, things like that. So it's always set to a specific area. So you need to read a good area. You don't want to go and do insurance fraud in low wealth families because they probably don't even have insurance, right? Or you know, or if you're in a very high-end family, doing like regular robberies is not going to be so beneficial because they have good security. Instead, that's where you want to do like gambling dens and things like that. Okay, so let me go back here to my people assignments. Yes, and we can assign, we have 2 soldatos and we can assign them to like a part of a neighborhood. So let's read a little bit about our neighborhood. So we could read the description here. Essentially, we just want to find that's like not particularly well defended, essentially. So we just want to keep a couple of things. So we have such a low trend and security that act more as a place to sleep than a place to live. So this could be good for robberies. Roxfield. Ragged Lane, largely abandoned. Now acts as an area to operate in away from the police department's eyes. That's good, but probably not the best. The city's largest ethnic populations areas develop a sense of camaraderie and strong ethic work. So this means a lot of targets to steal from. But you can see also here the traits. You can see they're middle class, they have a medium size, they hate gambling, and they hate violence. So we are not going to have much opportunities for violence or gambling. And they're accustomed to us. So for example, something that would be good to do here is you can do something. I'm actually going to show it to you. Oh, I can't do that yet. You can do something like demand protection money. So you're not going to attack anybody. We're going to say, hey, you pay us and we're not going to hurt you. And this might be useful in this particular area because it's not technically violent and they're useful to us, so they know that there is a, you know, mafia working around. So Lesbeth, what do we've got here? Unforgiving shanty town favors violence. So we'll get more profit from being super violent. So we're going to send somebody to Lesbeth. We're going to grab Luciano here, who's a fast driver. So he's good in theft. What about the other one? The other one is a loner. So in the assigned neighborhood, increases muscle. Okay, great. So we'll grab him and we'll say, hey, you have to go to Lesbeth. And come on, where is Lesbeth? Here, Lesbeth, go. And we'll give him 5 associates. So what the associates do, they help you defend. If, for example, a different crime family wanted to come in onto this area, you might end up in a fight, and then the associates are going to sort of increase the defense of your soldato, which is this guy. All right, now Luciano is good in theft. So we want him to just go around stealing. So where is the best place to go steal? Favor smuggling. Interesting. But it's very small, so I don't think it's going to be as good for... I want something big for stealing. Yeah, we're going to go here into Smitten. Smitten is an artifact of the potential of Fordham, one of the few places in the world that has withstood the onslaught of misfortune to struck this area. The residents have lived modestly and worked diligently. This seems good. Middle class, hate gambling. We're not good doing gambling, but we should be good at stealing. So we're going to grab Luciano here and say, hey, go to Smitten, please. Where's Smitten? Go. I will give you all the other associates that we've got. So now we've got to wait 1 turn before they sort of get to the areas, and we can give them different rackets, which is the thing that they'll do, like the robbery or the gambling or things like that. So let's go to the next turn. You can see here, this is the collected intel we have on other families. So currently this is all set to 0 because we don't actually have any families around us. But if, for example, the Rocca family is also in Smitten, just by being in their proximity, we would learn about what they're like. Okay, so have we already gone there? Yes, you can see here that L, this is Luciano. And then here in Lesbeth, we've got L. Lorenzo. Okay, so they're both named L, so that wasn't super helpful, but you know, you get it. I don't know if you can actually rename them. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, it's fine. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go to an assignment, which is this Smitten, and we're going to give him a job on what to do. So first of all, you can see that we're currently at peace with all the other families. You can see the amount of people that we have here in this area. That's 6, Luciano and the 5 associates. And the most important metric here is the heat, because the heat will tell you if the heat is too high, the cops are gonna come and we're gonna get arrested, unless we've gotten in with the cops, which we're gonna get in the moment. And you could also really mess up enemies if you have a good in with the cops, because you can tell the cops, hey, go to that neighborhood and just like run for them. That's super fun. So if heat is high, it's not good. So typically you have this automatic setting that will lower your heat so that you don't have to, you don't get caught, essentially, because if you get caught, it's a big problem, because either your guys will end up arrested or they will you know, rat you out, and then your, what is his name again? What is his title? Capor Regime is going to get arrested, and that's really, really bad for you. Alright, so enough chit-chatting. Let's go do stuff in Smitten. So we want to steal, so we're just gonna do old-fashioned, regular mugging. Now here you can see how much heat it affects. This is presumably like the efficiency, how much money it makes. I'm not actually sure. There are no tooltips for these two things. So I'm not quite sure what exactly does that mean. But the important things is here is that the maintenance 300 and 400 is the expected weekly base profit. So only 100 actually. And we should make it cost us 3,000 to sort of set this up. We're gonna do this anyway. Oh, we could also do a robbery. Look at this. It cost us 14k. But make us so much money. But then what we're gonna do in the other area? We'll straight up go to robbery. Who cares about mugging? Because he's good at robbery. He's good at any theft. So we could do mugging after, but we're gonna start off straight up with robbery. It's gonna give us a lot of heat, but he can lower the heat. So if anytime heat is above 50, he will lower it by himself. Okay? Now let's go to the other area, to Lisbeth. And now we're gonna pick what we want to do here. So we said they like violence. Now violence, I presume, is expensive. Yeah. Produce high quality meats and dispose of low quality people. So we didn't have money for that yet. So we'll start with something a bit more basic over here. And then we could move to things. So we're gonna start maybe with just basic mugging? Maybe. Let's just do a basic mugging in this area. Or we could try to wait a few turns before we can do that. But no, I think we'll do maybe counterfeiting goods. That's smuggling. We're not really that good with smuggling yet. Protection is violent. So this is good. We have the money for this. But we're not going to do it this turn. We'll wait for next turn because I don't want to be at 0 money. But this is violent, which is good for this neighborhood. And I think it's going to be okay for our guys. So we're going to cancel this. We're not going to do anything here right now in Lisbeth. We're just going to hang out and we're going to move towards the next turn. Now you can see we've increased our money because we started to work here doing our robberies here in Smitten. So you can click on this and you can see how much we make weekly. So we actually only have 70% potential because hate's average. They hate gambling. We're not doing gambling. Okay, the corporation tax is 20%, that's typical, and the investment is 1.x. So you can upgrade the investments to do a bit more. So we're gonna leave this here. Maybe we'll do one more turn before we start with Lisbeth. Good. Local gangs. Local gangs are causing trouble for people in Lisbeth. That's not great. Seeing how they are lacking in leadership, it could be possible to buy them out. Alternatively, you can have your soldados take some more direct action. So here, it's important like whether we can do it because we only have 6 people there. You could try to bribe. I don't know how much that would cost. Maybe let's try bribing. 1,100. I can afford that. And if successful, they will join as associate. Yup. Let's do this thing. Was it successful? I don't think we know yet. We're gonna have to wait to find out. Actually, we got them because we could give them. Wait. We can change the assign associates. And I can give you... No. Okay, so this was... Okay, now. So we don't know yet if it succeeded. Regardless, we can't do this yet, so we're going to wait one more turn. Local gangs are eager for some better paying work and take up your offer. Yes, they were recruited as associates by your cap regime and for them. So now we got extra 6 people, so we're going to send them to... Just check. Okay, so eventually we'll be able to promote one of your... associates into soldados, but we can't do it just yet. So instead, let's just sort of add some more associates to our people. So we're gonna have 9 here in Smitten, and we're gonna add some more. We're gonna have 7 here. Now we finally have got enough money to do protection scheme here in Lisbeth, and we'll see how well it will go. So let's move towards the next one. We're making 1,400, so actually let's click on this. This is making a lot of money because the people favor violence, so it gives us plus 20%. The working class advocate is another 30%, and the tax is lowered is good. So actually we might want to change this. Like I thought this would be good for us, but you can see that we're actually not making as much money as we should be with the robbery. Yeah, hate's average. Let's see, it says hate's gambling. Interesting. And once we get in money, we could try to add some like regular mugging and see if that's going to help us our situation here. I mean, we're still making money. It's not like we're losing, but it's not as good. Now, let's go to another turn so we can make a bit more money. And now I'm going to show you the stats that you can see over here. So here you can see your family tree. What's important is your people's reputation and loyalty. Reputation, once it gets to full, it allows you to level up. And if you level up to higher ranks, you'll be able to get more soldatos so you can handle more neighborhoods. You can also give our people titles. We've got Rolando Jr. and we can give him a new title. We could make him only an enforcer. What this means is that in this Caperon's assigned borough receive profit for each destroyed enemy investment if at least one allied soldato is assigned. Additionally, all rackets ignore the effects of overcapacity in neighborhoods. So let's do that because that's the only thing we can give him. Let's see if it affects anything on Smitten. I think we'll have to wait one more turn to see that effect. No, doesn't change the hate's average. Okay, never mind. Next thing we can see here is assignment. So we've already been through that. Intel. So here we could, if we have enough intel but we don't have any, we could sabotage political influence or intel of a different family. Finance, and we can see how much we're making per turn. So I'm going to jump to Smitten here and try to do this mugging, just because I want to see if this is going to be helpful or if this is going to be equally bad as the other thing. So next turn we'll find out. Next we've got the rackets, so here you can see what kind of rackets we have. And the important thing here is that if you specialize, for example, let's say we focus on this protection scheme. Once we get enough points here, we will be able to upgrade. So we need 6 investments in protection. That either means that you're doing protection in 6 different neighborhoods, or you have leveled up to protection to level 6 on a given neighborhood, because you can upgrade them. We're going to see that later because we don't have the money for that now. But you could get an upgrade and you could get like increased bonuses here. A territory, here you can see the territory that we have. So we currently own Lesbeth and Smitten, obviously. Legal. The jail is empty, so there's nothing to do there. Commission, this is really important because... Oh, okay, so commission actually is not what I want to talk about. That's going to be later. Commission has 17 weeks, and then this is going to tell us our rank. And at the end of the week, we're going to be voting, like I said at the beginning, and then whoever has the highest position will get the most bonuses. They can also give us quests occasionally. Politics is what I want to talk about. You could try to bribe someone. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that you will have to bribe them every single turn, and if you stop bribing them, it will cost you a lot of their influence. They'll be very unhappy. So you really got to think about who you want to bribe and why. I personally like to bribe the police chief because it allows you to increase or decrease heat in a neighborhood by 50. So we would be paying him 3% of our funds, and then once our heat gets up, we could just say, hey, do a diversion and lower it by 50, and essentially we can keep doing whatever we want to be doing, which is great. Which would be good here in Smitten, though we do have the guy who lowers the heat by himself in Smitten as well. Another option would be to go to the mayor, which could give us an option to recruit associates, or change the mayor's policy, increasing the racket's profits in a specific neighborhood. That's also quite good. I think we're actually going to start bribing the mayor. Yeah, this costs us 3%, so let's give that a shot, because it's going to give us some option. Once we get to 25, we could recruit associates, or we could get 50, we could get the redirected funds. Now let's check how are we doing with our heat situation. So getting 3 heat weekly through this this robbery. Now we could also sell the investment. Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna check how much money that gives me. I already did that. Regardless, it was not a good investment. So instead, I think we're going to try to upgrade this. Well, actually this only makes us 80 weekly, which is terrible. So let's try to do something else. How about counterfeiting goods? Insurance fraud seems interesting. Profit starts high but dwindle over time. Should give us a pretty high base profit and give us 2 weekly heat per turn. Let's give that a shot. We'll see how well they'll do with this. Still 100%, but at least it's not a negative effect. And it's not gambling, so it's good. I think that's pretty okay. so I didn't finish talking to you about this. The last thing is actually report, so that's it. So if you look back at the politics, you can see they have 8 influence. So I'd like to do the redirected funds in one of our neighborhoods. So in Smithton, we're making 800 weekly, as opposed to Fordham, where we're making... How much we're making? Talk to me. Fordham. Sorry, not Fordham, obviously, that's our whole place. I'm just gonna go there through here. In Lesbeth, that's what I meant to say. Lesbeth gives us 1,000 weekly and Smithton gives us 800. So actually we're kind of catching up. The Lesbeth thing is good though because it gives us a lot less heat. Also, once we get to enough money, I would actually like to upgrade this protection. It costs you another 11k, but because we have so many bonuses here, I think it would be useful to try to do. So in like a few turns we should be able to do it. We'll do one more turn. Okay, now I'm gonna upgrade. So now we're making 1,000 weekly with protection. If I upgrade it, we're gonna be making 1,400, so it's not a double. But remember, it's good because of these Rackets bonuses. So now we've got twin protection. Once we get to 6, we'll get a good bonus. With mugging already once we get to 5, and insurance fraud once we get to 6. So that's not as good. But the mugging is something that's fairly easy to upgrade. So if you upgrade mugging, it will, I think it might, no, this is only giving us 1 heat per turn. Sometimes it lowers the heat you get. So that can be useful to kind of ensure that your heat is not going to get too high. Now we are generating 2 heat per turn here. And remember, once we get to 50, our guy is going to lower it by 3. So it's actually going to be pretty okay when it comes to our influence. Now we would have enough to get some back channel, but I think we're going to wait to get redirected funds and we're going to increase our profit in Lesbeth. Okay, insider trading. One of your associates has found a promising opportunity. There's a talk of a new company being listed on the New Shore Stock Exchange. However, your associate is on good authority that the whole thing is a sham. There's an opportunity to invest in this company and come out with a profit before things fall apart. Investing will benefit insurance fraud investments in Smithton. It's a risky investment, but it could be profitable. Let's do it. We need anything that will help us in Smithton because we're not doing so hot there. So let's do it. Your associates will try to establish a relationship with the shady company. It will cost 4,500 to make an investment. Things go wrong, it could attract police attention. We'll try it anyway. Your associate made some friends at the shady company who kept the insider info coming. You were able to profit off of the other investors before the whole scam collapsed. Your insurance fraud investment in Symptoms has been upgraded. So this is a free upgrade. Now remember, this costs me... How much does it cost me to upgrade? 9k. So we paid 4.5 and I think we got that back actually. And we've got 9k upgrade, which is amazing. So now this should actually be making almost as much as Lesbeth. But still, Lesbeth is winning. So we're going to go and redirect our funds here to Lesbeth. Alright, I need... Oh, this is like on a type of neighborhoods. So then we gotta know what type of neighborhood. We're a lower class neighborhood in Lesbeth. So let's do that. Or a medium. Let's check. We are medium lower class and Smithton is large middle class. So we have no overlap. So we're just doing Lesbeth. Okay, so we want to do lower class. Increases profit in lower class neighborhoods by 30%. The mayor already has this policy. So let's do medium. Increases profit in medium neighborhoods by 30%. Okay, so this is going to be like a double increase? Or are we going to lose the working class advocate increase and instead we're going to get the medium class increase? We'll see. Ex-family feud. There's been some activity of ex-mafia in Lesbeth. Everything is happening in Lesbeth. They could stir up some dissension among the family if not dealt with. Now we do have associates, so let's try attacking. Your assigned soldiers and associate will deal with the opposition. If they succeed, their reputation and loyalty will increase. So this doesn't seem to change it. We might need to wait one more turn for this. Increase profit in medium neighborhoods by 30%. Doesn't really seem to... Maybe one more turn. Now before I do that though, I would like to reassign. I need more associates. We don't have any more associates. So we're just gonna have to stick with our 7. So let's see what happens. Okay, the commission is happening. The rankings have been updated. Our family is 12th. We start 14, so it's actually not terrible. And I also want to know, first of all, Lesbeth, how are we doing here? Yeah, so this actually changed. So it wasn't such a good decision with the mayor because we already had things that were favoring us, so it wasn't too helpful. It's kind of a shame. And another thing I wanted, there's one more thing I wanted to check. No, I think it was just this. But in Smithton, okay, so now we should actually be lowering our heat because of Luciano Bufalino. So we get +1 and -3. No, we still get +1. Okay. Lorenzo de Cardarella has reached the next XP rank. The commission will now vote on a code of conduct for all families moving forward. So we can pick a policy. Either I'm running. This will increase alcohol and smuggling profits. We're not doing smuggling, so we don't care. Charitable endeavors for all rackets reduces profit by 10% and reduces heat based on commission rank. So for us, it would lower the heat by 1, or scheming recruits. For financial gambling and smuggling rackets. I guess this is the best for us because we're doing at least financial rackets, so let's do scheming. They have all voted for scheming. Okay, so we should be getting a little bit more money next time. Let's see. Not maybe here? Yeah, investment times 1.4. No, that's because of the upgrade. How about the protection? Yeah, doesn't give us much points here. Okay, well, never mind. Whatever. Didn't help us as much as I thought it would. Now, so the thing is, the guy we're working with, the mayor, not great. So we could stop sending funds. This will lower our influence on him. But we do have 18, so actually we could wait a few turns to try to get it up, and then we're going to end the bribe. There's been some activity of ex-mafia and Lesbeth. They could stir up some dissension among the family if not dealt with. Let's try to bribe them again, because we already fought with them. I think we won, because we haven't lost any associates. But it's a bit unclear. Now, when it comes to politics, could we... Yeah, let's end the bribe now. We'll lose 20 influence. But you take an immediate... Yeah, which is fine, because I still got 2. Great. And I'm also going to increase my protection. I'm going to upgrade it by 1 more. Because I want to make a lot of money here. Turns out that the ex-mafia and Lesbeth were just looking for some better paying opportunities. They joined us. So we're going to go back here to our people. And we're going to reassign our associates. We're going to give more people in Lisbeth. Actually, we're going to give more people in both, because why not? And also, we know that Lorenzo, I think, upgraded. So reputation determines how many subordinates a unit can promote and command. Unfortunately, we can't really promote anyone just yet. No. Didn't I give you the title already? I did. Okay, you can't get another one. Alright, could also set up the tax here, or well, actually we can't set up an agenda yet. This amount will be deducted from profits in the capital regime assigned borrow and as a pay for the capital regime and all subordinates. This is, we are keeping it on the expected. Oh, our guy is a showman. For pleasure rackets in the assigned borrow increases recruitment by 2 and top enforcer. Receive profit for each destroyed enemy. Yeah, we don't have that just yet. So I think we're gonna try to upgrade some more stuff here in Smithton, I think. Maybe more mugging upgrades. See if that can lower our situation a little bit. We are still increasing our heat here, so this is the time where you might want to go bribe the police chief instead, because once we get enough points with him, we'll be able to do the diversion, which I think is really important. Yeah, considering how quickly this moves up. We're gonna need it here as well. Let's do one last upgrade with protection. We're gonna get it to the top. Now, what's the next violent thing we could do in this neighborhood? After protection... What's numbers? Oh, it's gambling, so that's not gonna work. Oh, the butcher shop. So we need 20k for that. And it's a pretty high weekly heat, though. Oh no, actually it reduces heat instead of increasing it. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, we'll try to do the butcher shop after. But I actually think that this is a good time to end the episode. Let me know if you'd like me to continue to play this game and make it a longer series or not. Or you can click on right towards some other games I played in this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye!